Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Sunday, December 17th, 2017, a very lovely date. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, and all other souls from all other dimensions, as long as they are already living by the Search for Truth rules given to the Search for Truth community by wiser minds above all of us. Please look up. And are already contributing more to completing the Search for Truth assignments given to the Search for Truth community by wiser minds above all of us. Please look up. Then they are taking or using or borrowing in Search for Truth resources. As always, the foundational intentions remain to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions, to manifest the divine plan, in other words, to create worlds that work for all categories of sentience in all dimensions. And with that, the formally videoed portions of today's efforts begin. Just pump up those dead children who really want to get to God, straight up the backs of the Ground Zero host lives, and straight up that ancient interdimensional highway. What now? For us, the collective of an unknown presence, to live our collective soul plans. What now? Well, to live our collective soul plan as that very large individuated sentience. And I can feel that we are some aspect of a spine.
That's true.
What now? For us, the collective, this very large presence, to live our collective soul plan as this very large presence. What now? Just keep pumping up that large spine. Can you feel that large spine?
Yes, I can feel the large spine.
Yes, very good. Well, sometimes it can be helpful to discern whether or not the new presence is larger or smaller than other presences we have awareness of.
That's true.
The death tunnel is a good landmark, that slovenly woman who didn't want to do more than she was already doing, which was basically nothing.
Yes, that's true.
And not to single her out, somebody saying, why are you picking on her? I'm sorry, I'm not. She's just a good landmark.
Yes, that's true.
I'm sorry, I don't mean any... I don't mean to be slanderous. I'm saying something that's true, and truth isn't slander. Slander is an untruth that's unflattering.
That's true.
How would you describe slovenly? I think they're now clicking off and going away, not harassing us.
Yes, that's true, and now it's clearer up above where they were.
Yes. Is this presence larger than the death tunnel?
I can look down out of this large presence's eyes and see the death tunnel below me.
I can too. How about that lady USA who was taller than the death tunnel, or larger, or at a larger level than the death tunnel? She's more to my side.
Yes, slightly down and to the side.
Yes. So maybe this presence is at a slightly higher dimensional level, maybe almost immediately the next dimension up, possibly.
Yes.
Or one of the next 100 dimensions up, somebody else is saying, and now, we've got a discussion room.
Yes, that's
Somebody
true.
else is saying, well, it depends how you define dimensions, and they're talking about how it is when dead people roam the lands.
Yes.
And they're saying, is that one dimension or two? Interesting.
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is that one dimension or two? It's overlapping dimensions.
That's
something
true.
that I could say about that. And we have seen, what do I know? I know we've seen many overlapping dimensions.
That's true.
This is extremely common, actually, in this era of collapsing dimensions. Why do you ask? What now for us, the collective of this Big Guy 707, to live our collective soul plans as Big Guy 707. What now? He does not seem to be incarcerated like the last presence was.
That's true.
He seems to be roaming freely.
That's true.
He seems to be some kind of business or professional person.
Yes, that's true. He thinks of himself as a very normal guy.
And a good guy.
Yeah.
He thinks of himself as a good, normal guy.
Yeah.
Better than most.
Better than most.
But now, in order for us, the collective, to live our collective soul plans. Well, one thing I notice is he isn't doing what he's supposed to be doing with his life.
That's true.
That's very clear. I can feel the vibration of what he's supposed to be doing.
Yes.
And it bears no resemblance to what he's actually doing. And
Yeah, that's
somebody's
true.
asking what I know, and I see what the pencil point is pointing to. And they're talking about the strange case of the career path of this particular Ground Zero host life.
Yes, that's true.
And I'm supposed to back up to the first declared major in college, which was psychology, and that did not meet the standards of the parental units.
Yes, it's true.
So it was not approved, and we had to change our major, and so then we changed to chemistry, and we're a chemistry major with the intent to go into medicine, because that was the only approved career path to get to psychology.
That's true.
In our family of origin. And then we really didn't appreciate the people in the hospital where we were working, and didn't appreciate the other students in the pre-med classes. We thought they were not good people.
That's true.
They were smart, but they were not good people. And
That's true.
We didn't want to work with those people for a career, and so we went into accounting, something entirely different.
That's true.
And did that for 20 years, and toward the end of that, quite clearly it was not what we were supposed to do. The messages from above very consistently were, you aren't doing your work in the world. You're supposed to, I'm sorry, I cannot understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
We had no idea what it was.
That's true.
That's how this guy feels. He can tell he's not supposed to be doing what he's doing, but he's looking into, the metaphor would be looking into going to law school.
Yeah.
Just sideways career moves. He doesn't even know that world exists.
No, that's true.
Let's pump up dead children who really want to get to God, right up our host life spines at this Ground Zero dimension, and at the level of that presence as well, right up the spine. It's a host life.
That's true.
Right up the spine, pumping up dead children who really want to get to God from as deep in the suffering realms as we're able to connect with right now, and that's usually where Pan is working.
That's
He's down
true.
there conducting relief efforts as deep as he can get before the air cuts out.
That's true.
Upward flow. Upward flow. Thank you, Pan.
Thank you, Pan.
Thank you, Pan. What would this be like without Pan? Somebody asks. That's interesting. The answer to the question is coughing attack. Why do you ask?
Why do you ask?
There's not. They say, are you ill? Is that body ill? No.
No?
No. The answer is coughing attack. Why do you ask?
Why do you ask?
Maybe that big guy is coughing.
Maybe.
Maybe that big guy is getting sick.
Maybe.
What do I know? I know often people need, quote, motivation, unquote, to change from a comfortable life to a life that is distinctly not comfortable.
Yes, that's true.
And stepping out of ranks with a society definitely is not comfortable.
That's true.
Presumably he's supposed to be stepping out of ranks with his society.
Oh, that's true.
And therefore he's being given, quote, motivation, unquote. And now I can see him sitting in a lot of different doctors' offices.
Yes, that's true.
And he's getting the standard medical runaround, and all they're doing is running lots and lots and lots and lots of tests.
That's true.
And just keeping the money flowing from his pocket to their pocket.
That's true.
Why do you ask? I do think Western medicine is completely corrupt. In answer to the question, yes, I do. I think it's completely corrupt. Why do you ask?
True. Why do you ask?
No, I don't have much good to say about it. But I can say that I think it's good at trauma. I think Western medicine deals well with trauma injuries. True. Which makes sense because it was developed on a battlefield. Why do you ask?
What it feels like is that larger dimension guy was sitting in a doctor's office and started to hear little voices in his head. And then he went to his car, and now he's sitting in his car in the parking lot.
Just start your car and drive away. Don't go back. Doctors are horrifying people. You might not know it when you only see their bedside manner, their patient face. But as a CPA, we had a number of medical clients. We had a client base that was largely medical, and we were in those rooms and we heard those conversations and the horrifying things that people would say. That was not the worst part. The worst part was how everyone else in the room would just nod. Why do you ask? It's rotten, rotten, rotten to the core. They don't care about you. They don't care. They just care about being cool and being wealthy. That's what they care about, and they've got the two things linked inextricably in their heads. They intend to get as much money out of you as they can. That's what they intend to do.
He feels better now, like suddenly more things are making sense that didn't make sense. He's also wondering, am I going crazy?
No, you're not going crazy. You're not going crazy. Now, what we would recommend to someone like you with your traditional conservative background is that you start with acupuncture. Go get some acupuncture. It'll help a little bit. And then maybe you can hear more clearly. Go get some acupuncture, friend.
Feels like he has a friend from college who's an acupuncturist now, and he liked her, and maybe I'll give her a call and see if she still lives in the area.
We're supposed to not be paying any more attention with him. We're supposed to let it go with the wind chimes. He's not going to do anything. Let me clear this up for you.
Oh yeah, no.
He's not going to do anything.
Yes.
Nothing.
That was great. They said, let me clear this up for you. He's not going to do anything. And then it felt like the whole sky opened up.
Yes. Letting go of wishful thinking is an important healing process.
That's true.
He's not going to do anything. Somebody says maybe he'll go for acupuncture. Maybe he will, but that's not what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to start being a stand for truth and expose the disgusting true nature of hypocrisy and shams, including but not limited to Western medicine. Why do you ask?
Side up.
He's not going to do anything.
No!
He's not. And now, what are each of us as individuals going to do to make it right? Everything is poisoned, and no one is coming to help. What are each of us as individuals going to do to make it right? And we can pump up dead children from the depths who really want to get to God, up our own spines and up to as large a presence as we can get, kind of like target practice. And those presences aren't going to do anything, but they give us a target to aim to.